Podcast Talk. Learn English naturally.
Money.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Podcast Hub. I'm John.
And I'm Daniela. Thanks for joining us for today's essential topic that affects everyone.
Today, we're talking about money, how to discuss finances, personal finance vocabulary, money idioms, and how to navigate money conversations in English.
This is such an important topic because money comes up constantly in job negotiations, when making purchases, discussing investments, splitting bills with friends, or simply talking about the economy.
And money vocabulary can be tricky for English learners because there are so many specific terms, expressions, and cultural aspects to understand.
Plus, money is often a sensitive topic, so knowing how to discuss it politely and appropriately is crucial.
But before we start, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, turn on notifications, and comment below. So let's start with the basics. What are the fundamental money terms everyone needs to know?
Let's begin with currency. In the United States, the currency is the dollar, divided into 100 cents. The symbol is $.
In the UK, it's the pound sterling, symbol pound, divided into 100 pence. In Australia, it's the Australian dollar. In Canada, the Canadian dollar.
When talking about amounts, you might say $5 or informally $5. A buck is slang for $1.
That coffee cost me $5. Sounds more casual than that coffee cost me $5.
When using coins, we have pennies, 1 cent, nickels, 5 cents, dimes, 10 cents, and quarters, 25 cents.
Bills or banknotes include $1, $5, $10, $20, $50, and $100.
A $100 bill is sometimes called a Benjamin because Benjamin Franklin is on it. A 20 is sometimes called a Jackson.
Now let's talk about basic money actions. What do we do with money?
You earn money, make money, spend money, save money, waste money, invest money, lend money, borrow money, owe money, and lose money.
Let's use these in sentences. I earn a good salary at my job. I'm trying to save money for a vacation. I borrowed money from my parents to buy a car.
You're wasting money on things you don't need. I invested money in stocks. I owe my friend $20.
Now let's discuss income, money you receive. What are different types of income?
Your salary or wages are what you earn from your job. Salary is typically annual. I earn $50,000 per year, while wages are often hourly. I make $15 per hour.
You might also have a bonus, extra money for good performance. I got a $5,000 bonus this year.
Commission is money earned based on sales. Salespeople often work on commission. They earn a percentage of what they sell.
Freelancers and contractors earn fees for their services. I charge a fee of $100 per hour for consulting.
You might receive tips or gratuities for service work. Waiters rely heavily on tips.
And then there's passive income, money earned without active work, like rental income, dividends from stocks, or royalties from creative work.
I earn passive income from the apartment I rent out.
Now let's discuss expenses, money you spend. What are common types of expenses?
Fixed expenses are regular, predictable costs like rent or mortgage, car payments, insurance, and subscriptions.
My rent is $1,500 per month. That's my biggest fixed expense.
Variable expenses change month to month, like groceries, gas, entertainment, and dining out.
I spent $400 on groceries this month, but last month it was only $300.
One-time expenses, or unexpected expenses, include things like car repairs, medical bills, or replacing a broken appliance.
I had an unexpected expense this month. My laptop broke and I had to buy a new one.
Now let's discuss banking vocabulary. What do you need to know about banks?
Most people have a checking account for daily transactions and a savings account for money you're setting aside.
I keep my emergency fund in a savings account that earns interest.
Interest is money the bank pays you for keeping your money with them or money you pay the bank for borrowing.
My savings account earns 2% interest annually means if you have $1,000, the bank gives you $20 per year.
You make deposits when you put money into your account and withdrawals when you take money out.
I deposited my paycheck, or I withdrew $100 from the ATM.
ATM stands for Automated Teller Machine, the machine where you can get cash, check your balance, and do basic banking.
Your account balance is how much money you currently have in your account.
And overdraft means you spent more than you have in your account. I overdrew my account and got hit with a fee.
Banks charge various fees: monthly maintenance fees, overdraft fees, ATM fees if you use another bank's machine.
Now let's talk about credit and debt. This is crucial vocabulary.
Credit is borrowed money that you pay back over time. The most common form is a credit card.
I put the purchase on my credit card means you borrowed money from the credit card company to make the purchase.
You get a monthly statement showing what you owe, and you must make at least a minimum payment.
But here's important advice. Always pay your full balance if possible. If you only pay the minimum, you'll be charged interest on the remaining balance.
Credit card interest rates can be very high, often 15 to 25% annually. This is called the APR, annual percentage rate.
Your credit score is a number that reflects how reliably you pay back borrowed money. It ranges from 300 to 850 in the U.S.
I have a good credit score of 750, so I qualified for a low-interest loan.
A loan is money borrowed for a specific purpose, a car loan, student loan, or home loan, mortgage.
With a loan, you borrow a principal amount and pay it back with interest over time through monthly payments.
I took out a $20,000 car loan with a 5% interest rate. My monthly payment is $377 for 5 years.
Being in debt means owing money. I'm trying to pay off my student loan debt.
Now let's discuss budgeting, planning how to spend your money.
A budget is a plan for your income and expenses. I created a monthly budget to track my spending.
Common budgeting rules include the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of income for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and debt repayment.
Needs include rent, utilities, groceries, transportation, insurance. Wants are dining out, entertainment, hobbies.
To budget effectively, you need to track your expenses. I use an app to track every purchase I make.
You might also set spending limits for different categories. I allow myself $200 per month for entertainment.
Now let's talk about saving and investing. What's the difference?
Saving is setting money aside in a safe place like a savings account or under your mattress. It's low risk but low reward.
Investing is putting money into assets that might grow in value but also carry risk: stocks, bonds, real estate, businesses.
I'm saving for a down payment on a house versus I'm investing in the stock market for long-term growth.
Let's discuss investment vocabulary. Stocks are shares of ownership in a company.
I bought 10 shares of Apple stock, means I own a tiny piece of Apple.
The stock market is where stocks are bought and sold. When stock prices go up, it's called a bull market. When they go down, it's a bear market.
Bonds are loans you give to a company or government in exchange for regular interest payments.
A mutual fund is a collection of stocks and bonds managed by professionals. You buy into the fund.
An index fund tracks a market index like the S&P 500. It's a popular low-cost investment option.
Your portfolio is your collection of investments. My investment portfolio includes stocks, bonds, and real estate.
Diversification means spreading investments across different types to reduce risk. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Now, let's discuss retirement planning vocabulary.
A 401k is a retirement savings account offered by many U.S. employers. You contribute pre-tax money, and often employers match contributions.
My company matches up to 5% of my salary in my 401k, means if you contribute 5%, they also contribute 5%.
An IRA, individual retirement account, is a retirement account you set up yourself.
Social Security is a U.S. government program that provides income to retirees, funded by taxes during working years.
A pension is a retirement plan where you receive regular payments after retiring based on your salary and years of service.
My grandfather has a pension from his 30 years at the company.
Now let's talk about making purchases and shopping vocabulary.
When you buy something, you might pay in cash, by card, or digitally through apps like Venmo, PayPal, or Apple Pay.
Do you take cash? Or can I pay by card? Are common questions.
A receipt is proof of purchase. Can I have a receipt, please?
A discount is a reduction in price. There's a 20% discount on all shoes this week.
A sale is when items are offered at reduced prices. Everything is on sale today.
A bargain is a good deal. I got these jeans for $20. What a bargain!
To haggle or negotiate is to discuss price, common in markets or when buying cars. I haggled the price down from $500 to $400.
A refund is money returned if you return a purchase. I returned the shirt and got a full refund.
Now let's discuss money idioms and expressions. These are very common in English.
Break the bank means something is very expensive. That vacation will break the bank.
Cost an arm and a leg also means very expensive. That car cost me an arm and a leg.
Dirt cheap means very inexpensive. I got this shirt dirt cheap at a thrift store.
A dime a dozen means common and not valuable. Those products are a dime a dozen.
Pinch pennies means to be very careful with money, to be frugal. I'm pinching pennies to save for a house.
Live paycheck to paycheck means you spend all your money and have nothing left before the next paycheck.
To make ends meet means to have just enough money to cover expenses. It's hard to make ends meet on minimum wage.
Strapped for cash means short on money. I'm a bit strapped for cash right now.
Rolling in money, or loaded, means very wealthy. He's rolling in money after selling his company.
Money doesn't grow on trees means money is not unlimited or easy to get.
Money talks means money gives you power and influence.
Now, let's discuss how to talk about salary and negotiate in job context.
When asked about salary expectations, you might say, I'm looking for something in the range of $60,000 to $70,000.
Or, based on my research and experience, I'm targeting $65,000.
You can also deflect. I'd like to learn more about the role before discussing compensation. What's the budget for this position?
When negotiating, you might say, I was hoping for something closer to $70,000. Is there flexibility in the offer?
Benefits package refers to non-salary compensation, like health insurance, retirement contributions, vacation time.
What does the benefits package include is an important question to ask.
A raise is an increase in salary. I'm going to ask my boss for a raise.
A promotion is moving to a higher position, usually with higher pay. I got promoted to manager.
Now let's talk about splitting bills and paying for things with friends.
Let's split the bill means everyone pays an equal share. The bill is $60. We can split it 3 ways, so $20 each.
Going Dutch means each person pays for themselves. Let's go Dutch on this dinner.
It's on me, or my treat means you're paying for everyone. Don't worry, dinner's on me tonight.
Can we get separate checks? Means you want individual bills at a restaurant.
I'll get this one, you get the next one is common among friends.
Apps like Venmo, Cash App, and Zelle make it easy to split costs. Just Venmo me $15 for your share.
Now let's discuss talking about prices and costs.
To ask about price, how much is this? What does this cost? What's the price?
More formally, what's the total? What do I owe you? What's the damage? Casual or humorous.
Describing prices. It's expensive. It's pricey. It's affordable. It's reasonable. It's a steal. Very good price.
That's a ripoff. Means it's overpriced. $10 for a bottle of water? That's a ripoff.
You get what you pay for. Means quality reflects price. The cheap shoes fell apart. You get what you pay for.
Now let's discuss financial goals and planning vocabulary.
An emergency fund is money saved for unexpected expenses, typically 3 to 6 months of expenses.
I'm building an emergency fund in case I lose my job or have a medical emergency.
A down payment is an upfront payment, typically for a house or car. I need to save $20,000 for a down payment on a house.
Financial independence means having enough wealth that you don't need to work.
Compound interest is when your interest earns interest. Thanks to compound interest, my investment grew from $10,000 to $26,000 in 20 years.
Asset means something valuable you own. Liability means something you owe.
My house is an asset. My mortgage is a liability.
Net worth is your total assets minus total liabilities. If I have $200,000 in assets and $100,000 in debt, my net worth is $100,000.
Now, let's do a role play about discussing personal finance with a friend.
Great idea. I'll ask you for financial advice.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Daniela, can I ask you something about money? I'm trying to figure out my finances, but I'm not sure where to start.
Of course. What's going on?
Well, I make decent money, but I feel like it just disappears every month. I'm not saving anything, and I have credit card debt that's not going down.
Okay, first question. Do you have a budget? Do you know where your money's going?
Not really. I just kind of spend and hope there's enough left over.
That's the problem right there. You need to track your expenses for a month and see exactly where your money goes. I bet you'll be surprised.
That makes sense. What about the credit card debt? How much do you owe and what's the interest rate?
About $5,000, and I think the APR is around 18%.
Ouch, that's high. You should prioritize paying that off. That interest is eating away at your money. Pay more than the minimum each month if you can. I'll try. And what about saving? Everyone talks about emergency funds and retirement, but I don't know where to start.
Start small. Even if you can only save $50 a month, that's better than nothing. Once you pay off that credit card, redirect that payment amount into savings.
That's actually helpful. Thanks.
No problem. Remember, personal finance is personal. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. The key is to start somewhere and build from there.
Perfect example of a helpful, supportive money conversation.
Right. Notice we discussed specific numbers, asked clarifying questions, and offered practical advice without being judgmental.
Now let's discuss cultural aspects of money discussions.
In English-speaking cultures, particularly American culture, money can be a sensitive topic.
It's generally not polite to ask someone directly how much money they make or how much something costs them, unless you're close friends or family.
Asking, "How much do you make?" to an acquaintance is considered rude, but asking, "What field are you in?" is fine.
However, discussing money is becoming more normalized, especially around salary transparency to address pay inequity.
Among friends, it's more acceptable to discuss general financial topics. "I'm trying to save money," or "I'm working on paying off debt."
But specific numbers are often kept private unless there's a reason to share.
In business contexts, discussing money is expected and professional. Negotiate your salary, discuss prices, talk about budgets.
Now let's discuss common money mistakes and how to talk about them.
Living beyond your means, spending more than you earn. I was living beyond my means and accumulating debt.
Not having an emergency fund. I had no emergency fund, so when my car broke down, I had to use credit cards.
Lifestyle inflation, spending more as you earn more. Every time I got a raise, I upgraded my lifestyle instead of saving.
Not investing for retirement early. I wish I had started investing in my 20s instead of waiting until my 40s.
Paying only the minimum on credit cards. I was only paying the minimum and the interest kept piling up.
Not understanding compound interest. I didn't realize how much compound interest would help my investments grow.
Now let's give practical advice for our listeners learning English about money.
First, learn the money vocabulary relevant to your situation. If you're working, learn salary negotiation terms. If you're investing, learn investment vocabulary.
Second, practice talking about money in low-stakes situations. Discuss budgeting with friends. Ask about prices when shopping. Practice these conversations.
Third, listen to financial podcasts or watch finance videos in English. You'll learn vocabulary in context and understand how native speakers discuss money.
Fourth, read financial news or personal finance blogs. This exposes you to written financial English.
Fifth, don't be afraid to ask for clarification. If a banker or a financial advisor uses a term you don't know, ask them to explain.
And remember, making mistakes is part of learning. You might mix up borrow and lend or confuse invest and spend. That's okay.
As we wrap up, let's create a quick reference of essential money phrases.
Earning money. I make or earn X dollars per year. I got a raise, bonus, or promotion. I work on commission. I'm freelance, so I charge by the hour. Spending money. How much does this cost? That's expensive, pricey, or a ripoff. That's affordable, reasonable, or a steal. It cost me an arm and a leg. Saving money. I'm saving up for. I'm building an emergency fund. I'm trying to cut back on expenses. I'm pinching pennies. Banking. I need to deposit or withdraw money. I'll transfer the money to your account. I overdrew my account. I'm checking my balance.
Credit and debt. I'm paying off my debt. I have a good, bad credit score. I took out a loan. I'm carrying a balance on my credit card. Investing. I'm investing in stocks, bonds, or real estate. I'm contributing to my 401k. I'm building my portfolio. I'm thinking long term. Shopping. Is this on sale? Do you offer a discount? Can I get a refund or exchange? I'll pay in cash or by card. Splitting bills. Let's split the bill. It's on me, my treat. Let's go Dutch. I'll Venmo you.
These phrases will cover most money situations you'll encounter.
Thank you all so much for joining us on English Real World today. We hope this episode has made you more comfortable discussing money in English.
Remember, money is part of life, and being able to discuss it clearly in English opens doors professionally and personally.
If you found this episode helpful, please subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with other English learners.
And practice. Next time you're shopping or paying a bill, consciously use the vocabulary we discussed today.
Until next time, spend wisely, save consistently, and keep improving your English.
Take care, everyone.